In the vast wilderness, one never knows what may come across. And for one man, a chance encounter with a strange-looking deer proved to be a moment that would change the animal's fate. With quick thinking and a heroic act of kindness, this man became a true knight in shining armor for the helpless creature in need. Join us as we dive into the heartwarming story of this unexpected rescue and the important message it carries for all of us. Get ready to be moved and inspired by the power of human compassion in the face of adversity. Hearing about the many ways in which people have helped out animal companions in need never ceases to amaze us. Therefore, today, we're going to show you a few instances of when somebody did it. The protagonist of our first tale is everyone's favorite black and white striped anti-hero. No, we're not talking about Cruella de Vil. In 2016, a guy traveling to a conference in a tiny Canadian town in northern Ontario saw a strange sight: a skunk strolling the road with a Coca-Cola can stuck on his head. We all know that it is best to avoid skunks at all costs, to avoid being sprayed with their foul odor. But the guy was unable to do anything except watch the helpless animal suffer. Instead, he was able to capture. You can hear him gently soothing the skunk and asking the animal to refrain from spraying him. The guy remains close to the skunk and lets it know that he's around and wants to assist, although it is afraid and confused since it can't see anything. The skunk eventually approaches him close enough for the man to be able to grip the can. After a few stressful seconds of the man and the skunk tugging in different directions, the skunk is finally able to break free. It remained still for a little while before turning back and running toward the trees. You can guarantee the guy felt great about helping that animal since it was in need. The skunk was able to express its gratitude to him in a special manner since it complied with his request and didn't spray him. It seems that animals often sense when someone is trying to aid them during animal rescues. When you think about it, it's rather interesting how often you see that their typical defenses aren't used. However, it was obvious that the guy was worried about the skunk spray, since he afterward described the event as the boldest thing I've ever done. I'm sure the skunk is appreciative, so please accept my gratitude for your bravery that day. Having a Coke can glued to your face may seem bad, but it's nothing compared to what was attached to the deer's head, which we will discuss in a moment. Meanwhile, attention all dog owners. Is your furry friend living on low-quality dog food that doesn't provide the necessary nutrients for a healthy and happy life? Are you vehemently looking for something better? Well, grab Pup Labs. Their premium dog food is specially formulated with high-quality ingredients to give your pup the best nutrition possible. Give your furry friend the gift of a healthy life with Pup Labs. Try it today. Check the link in the bio. And also try subscribing to our channel for heartwarming stories and hit the bell icon to get notified. Because when you get such a spectacular chance to make your day, why miss it, right? Now we'd share another animal rescue tale that will melt your heart for sure. Not everyone likes rats, because not every rat is like Jerry from Tom and Jerry. But there are undoubtedly a few favorites. Consider the endearing Ratatouille or the pizza rat from New York City. Given that this rat is guaranteed to make you smile, it's probably safe to assume that you'll quickly add it to your hit list. In Bentheim, Germany, rescue personnel got an odd phone call at the beginning of 2019. On a manhole cover, a rat was imprisoned. It's kind of amusing to imagine a rat being trapped in an entrance intended for a person. This rat, however, had overindulged on gourmet eggplant meals since it had miscalculated its size and became caught while trying to squeeze through one of the tiny slits that covered the top of the manhole cover. Although you naturally feel bad for the small spherical rodent, it's hard not to giggle at how adorable and unhappy it appears. The situation provided some fantastic picture opportunities for the individuals who phoned in the stranded rat. It's acceptable to laugh a little since everything turned out to be okay in the end. Rats, once upon a time, were responsible for spreading the Great Plague, so they're accustomed to drama. The rescue attempt of this rat ended up being rather dramatic. Several firemen surrounded the rat to first stabilize the animal by securing it with a loop at the end of a pole to keep it stable throughout the rescue, making this drama somewhat happier than the Black Death. After it was finished, they were able to raise the lid and prod the rat out of the hole it was wedged in from below. Now finally, let's hear that story of the deer. But before that, let me ask you a question. Is your dog showing some unruly behavior? Maybe it's time to focus on its cognitive sense and intelligence. Unlock their true potential with Brain Training for Dogs. Their science-based program helps improve your dog's focus, obedience, and overall behavior. Say goodbye to barking, biting, and destructive habits. With Brain Training for Dogs, your furry friend will become a well-behaved and intelligent companion. Try it now and see the difference in just a few short weeks. Check the link in the bio. Well, it's story time now. You guys have earned it. There are several videos and stories of animals that have managed to get their heads caught in objects if you take a few minutes to look online. Some are adorable, so are depressing, but the majority simply seem foolish. The monster, however, seems to be something that belonged to the Harry Potter world for the sake of our primary subject today. A deer was seen in a man's yard in New Jersey, United States, in the autumn of 2020. Deer sightings are quite frequent in the region, so this shouldn't have been a strange occurrence, as deer are notorious for overly appreciating the neighborhood gardens. Many neighbors might get frustrated with the deer population, yet this guy immediately realized that this was no ordinary buck. The deer seemed to have a bubble around her head from a distance. The guy immediately dialed the New Jersey Division of Fish and Wildlife as well as the Monmouth County SPCA. The orb-like device on the deer's head was a light fixture, as was revealed when rescuers arrived. It was evident that it had been on the deer's head for a considerable amount of time. The deer was stressed, terrified, thirsty, and hungry since it couldn't eat anything while the item was still on its head. The team was able to carefully remove the light fixture from the deer's head after they had tranquilized her, and they then released her into the woods to enjoy the day. But the guy who had first phoned about the deer soon came upon it walking in the same location, seeming frightened and lost. He contacted the MCSPCA team once again, and they remained with the deer until she was healthy enough to get up independently and return home. Happily, what would have been disastrous was avoided, and the deer was now free to roam the woods without seeming out of place. Although this deer seemed very lovely in the situation, it's shockingly frequent and quite deadly. Animals get their heads jammed in containers hundreds of times, with outdated food containers being the main cause. Much like us, animals may get their heads caught in the big plastic or tin containers because they are not used to them. This deer was thought to have been trapped with the light fixture on her head for 3 days, which equates to 72 hours without food or water. Can you imagine? It could be extremely dangerous. The deer was lucky that someone saw her and phoned for assistance. Various animals, including bears, cougars, raccoons, and mice, have occasionally managed to get their heads stuck in containers. While it makes for a good story, when the animal is saved, there have also been instances where the animals are either not found in time or are unable to be captured, and they tragically die of starvation. Old containers and abandoned fishing nets may cause the same kind of thing to occur in the water, and those critters are much less likely to be discovered than those that are scurrying around on land. Avoid littering and be sure to recycle and dispose of your waste properly, as even anything as little as a wrapper may suffocate a small mammal. This may have a significant influence on species. Also, it's important to have compassion for all living things and take care to properly dispose of household goods to ensure everyone's safety. The renowned monarch of all sewer rats was released from a manhole cover and sent back into the sewer. A rat does not often get the assistance of many attractive firemen to get it out of a sticky predicament. So, how do you feel about this video? We are hoping it lived up to the sweetness it promised, but with a little serious threw in. Have you ever had to save a pet from a similar circumstance? If so, how did you manage it? Please share your story in the comments section below. And if you were the hero, we appreciate it. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more content like this. Don't go sniffing around in any plastic containers till the next time. Thanks for watching.